The guide said, "Now can our Victorian girls be careful not to trip on their skirts on the stairs," as the tour led us through numerous rooms and up and down several sets of stairs to the various galleries. I held my skirts up as advised, and a few of the visitors commented on how many underskirts I wore. This prompted some interest from one of the teachers, who began grilling me on how it felt. A small group of pupils listened as I parroted what Rita had told me about Victorian girls wearing corsets which narrowed their waist, straightened their back and made it hard for them to breathe properly, in spite of having a long hard working day from 6 a.m. until 11 p.m. Layer by layer the teacher showed her class the many underskirts and petticoats I wore beneath my outer garments. I wanted to die but played along. I kept glancing at Mrs. Barnes, who took the occasional photo and smiled reassuringly at me. Mrs. Barnes and I called in at the on-site cafe for a bite to eat before visiting the gift shop. I bought a guidebook with the money Mother had given me and a few postcards. Mrs. Barnes commented on how comfortable I looked, bearing in mind my Victorian dress. To be honest, it felt Oklahoma. It was just another dress as far as I was concerned, and they all feel a little alien. After lunch we rejoined the tour, me still in my kitchen maid's uniform and Claire and Joanna both in their scullery maid's uniforms. All three of us were the center of attention and the subject of many snapshots. I didn't mind too much, after all, it was just nice to be in different surroundings for a change. Before long the tour was over and myself, Claire and Joanna were taken back to the Victorian kitchen to change back into our own clothes. The two girls changed first and left with their teacher, who thanked me for helping her tell the class about how Victorian ladies dressed. We said our goodbyes before Rita took me to change. "How does the corset feel?" she asked as I removed my layers of undergarments. "To be honest, under all this I'd forgotten I had it on," I replied. "Well, not forgotten but got used to it," I added more honestly. "Yes, Sandra, your tour guide said you looked very comfortable wearing the costume throughout the tour, and judging by what that teacher said you'd make a good guide yourself." "Oh, I stammered, "I'm still at school." "Well, of course, but we do have weekend jobs," Rita replied. "Is your school local?" Well, I have a tutor who teaches me at home. Mrs. Barnes, who I came with." "Oh, I see," Rita replied. "Well, if you ever want a weekend job you should apply. We need all the help we can get on the weekends."